In this video, I'll show you where you can get awesome graphic templates to level up your Instagram page or your Facebook page. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cjam, and the website that we're going to be using today is Envato Elements. Now, you guys know that I've used Envato Elements before, but if you're new here and you don't know, Envato Elements is an awesome stock website where you can get stock graphic templates, stock videos, stock photos, and you can use those elements to level up any one of your creative projects. And what we're going to be using today are graphic templates that we can use to level up our social media pages, right? Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., right? And these graphics are mockups, which means that they're already made, right? All you have to do is jump in and customize them, and you're automatically going to be leveling up your social media pages because of how cool these graphics are. Now let's head over to Envato Elements and see what kind of cool options we have. And yes, this is a sponsored video. Thank you so much to Envato for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for your continued support that made this sponsorship possible. So here we are on Envato's website, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and type in social media graphics, and let's see the options we have. We have photos, graphic templates, stock videos, and what we want are graphic templates, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and click see more, and you could also just have type social media and also hit search, right? And you can also get more refined with your search, right? All right, so here you see all the options we have here. Let me zoom this in for you. And you can see these are already pretty cool, right? These are already pre-made in like feed square sizes as well as vertical story sizes, right? So you can just download one and customize them and use them to your liking, right? Let's go ahead and just click on a couple of them and show you. And here we have this one right here. This is just showing you the layout of this one. So we have the square here, right here as well. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the other one. I like this one. I really like this one. This one has 4 or 5 portrait posts for social media. They have their story version here, and you can see they have a square here, and these two are banners, right? All right, so now that you see, these are just two of what Envato has to offer, right? They have tons more. Under their search here, you can see they have 19,376 items that fall under social media graphics, right? And you can also refine your search, right? You can refine your search. If I were to go all the way down to the bottom here, you can refine your search to Adobe Photoshop. If you only want to search for files that are used in Photoshop, right? You can go ahead and refine it to a square orientation. If you only want to see graphic templates or social media graphics that are already in the square format, you can choose your color space, RGB or CMYK, and you can choose the category. So you can really fine-tune your search to find exactly what you're looking for. Now, I really like this one, right? So I think I'm going to use it. And I already have 2 other ones that I downloaded before this video. So let's go ahead and open those mockups and jump into Photoshop and start editing. So here I have one of the 3 files that I downloaded, right? I have options here, Instagram post 2, story, and banners, as I mentioned, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and locate the one that is a square, right, over here. And I just want to go ahead and make changes to it, right? Now, to do that, you can see that it's labeled Instagram post 1. The other one is labeled Instagram post 2, right? These are artboards in Photoshop, and you just go ahead over here to your layers and you just turn them off. If you were to turn off all of them, let me just zoom out some more. If you were to click on one and turn it off, you can see which one you're working in, right? And the one that I want to work in is the Instagram post 1. So I can just turn off all the others if I want, but for the purposes of this tutorial, let's go ahead and leave it on, right? And what I'm going to do to this design here, remember, these are mockups, right? All the heavy lifting, all the heavy designing is already done for you, and that's the beauty with working with mockups. all you're doing is coming in and customizing it to your liking, right? That's the awesome thing about mockups, and I really encourage you, if you don't have the time to design something from scratch, you can really save a lot of time by working with mockups. So jump over to Envato Elements and grab yourself some mockups. And here's the special thing that Envato Elements wants to do for you guys. They want to give you 70% off 1 month's subscription. So a month subscription used to cost $33. With a coupon code that they're giving us, you'll get that for $9. That's a huge discount. So if you want that discount, jump down in the description to the first link and get that today. And don't worry, every one of these files that I'm going to be using, all of these mockups, I'll also link them in the description for you guys, so you can go ahead and download them from Envato Elements after you've gotten your subscription, right? So don't worry about it. All right, so here I have my first artboard, and which is the Instagram post one, as we said. And all I'm going to do is open this, right? And you can see we have text, we have shapes and all that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and locate a layer that is telling me where my photo should go, right? And what I'm going to be using these for is I'm just going to be putting some pictures in these mockups here, and I'm going to be using them to promote the merch that I'm selling, right? I'm going to be using what we do here and posting it on my social media, right? So I already have my photos. I'm just going to go ahead and drag one in, and let's get to editing, right? So what I'm going to do next is the image layer is right here. I'm just going to double click on it. In the bottom left corner, you see that? Bottom right corner, sorry. There's a little icon there. You click on that because it's a smart object. And then you can come here, and where this black box is, you see it says image here over your layers. You can just add your image on top of all of that and then save this, and that change will reflect in the actual mockup that we're working on, right? So let me go ahead and just drag in one of my images and just like size it up to fit the square about there, and then hit Control and S to save this. Because let me show you, before I hit Control and S, right, if I go back to my mockup here, you can see that the image of me, the photo of me, is not there yet, right? Because I haven't saved it. So let's go back to my shape, my smart object here, and let me hit Control and S, and then you can see that my image is there, right? But it looks a little bit weird because there's a filter over it. As you can see here, this blue box here, if I turn this off in my layers, you can see that's where the filter is. But the filter is cool, I like it. What I'll do is just lower the opacity by clicking on the filter layer and then hitting like 5 for 50%, or probably like 3 for 30%, because I really like it. It's really, really cool, right? And now I can go ahead and start editing all this text here. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select all the text and change them to a font that I like, right? So let's go ahead and just change this to like Monster Art or something like that, right? And then I can just change this to like new merch drop or new merch. New merch works fine. You can just move it over, and then I can change this right here because I already have some preloaded text, but that's not what we want. We want to put our own text, and let's just write "Tell the world who you are," right? Let's just keep that, and let's change the color of the "Tell the world who you are." Let's change the color of that to like the red on the design, right? Let's make it a little more red. And let me turn the filter off and see what it looks like. What do you guys think? I think I want to turn the filter off, but I really like what the filter does to it. I really, really do. All right, let's leave it like that and see how it looks. I like that. And let's change this 50% off. What I can probably do here is probably just add in my logo right here. So I can turn this off and just add in my logo. Let me go ahead and drag in one of my logos. So I'm just going to drag in my logo here and just like put it in this circle, right? And then I can just select the logo layer and the circle layer and then hit V for my move tool. My move tool is already selected, and just align the vertical and the horizontal centers, right? And I think I want to make my photo bigger, so let's go back into this photo layer, and maybe I have to make the actual shape bigger, right? Like this shape itself. Let me see what I can do here. Control and T for my transform options. And yeah, I can actually make it bigger. That's pretty cool, I like that. And then let's change the this weekend, because there's nothing happening this weekend. New merch. I mean, I don't even know what to write here. Get yours today, right? And then I'm just going to leave this placeholder text here just as a placeholder for now, for the purposes of this tutorial, right? What do you guys think? So I can go ahead and close this layer, this artboard. I can just collapse it, and then I can go ahead and just save this, right? Save this as a JPEG that I can go ahead and upload to Instagram or Facebook. So remember, I'm just showing you how you can customize a mockup, right? You have all the power right here. Everything is already here for you. All you have to do is just tweak it, save it, and you're ready to go. So let me just go ahead and show you how to save it. I'm just going to go to File, Export, and export artboards to files, right? And then you can export the selected artboard. And right now, the only artboard I have selected is artboard 1, right? If I wanted to export more than one, then I just come over to my layers, select artboard 1, and then hold Control and click on artboard 2, click on artboard 3, and all of the ones that I want to export, and then it would export everything for me. So I'm just going to go back to File, Export artboard to files, and then I can just go ahead and just name this like new arrivals, which is cool, customized, right? And then if I hit run, then my file will automatically be saved for me, right? See, it's saying artboards to file was successful, right? And I can just go ahead and hit OK. Now let's go ahead and move over to another design. But before I do that, remember that you can do the same customization here that I just did. I can do it for a 4x5 Instagram post. I can do it for an Instagram story, as well as Facebook post and Facebook ads, right? That's all the power you have right at your fingertips, all right? Let me go ahead and move on to my next design, which is this red one right here that I really like that it's red, because the design, the graphic designer designed, sorry, it is red as well. So this looks pretty cool and I really like it. And I really like artboard 12 with the red on the outside. I really like this, but let me go ahead and collapse everything over here in my layers. And the one I want is just artboard 12, right? I didn't have to do all of this, but I just can't stand seeing everything opened, right? Artboard 12 is what we want. The first thing we're going to do is look for our image layer where we can put our photo, and then we're just going to drag that in. It's right here, and we're clicking on the icon on the bottom right of that little box, right? Or you can just right click on it and click edit content, and then you can just drag and drop your photo in here, right? So let me go ahead and locate my photo or the other photo that I want to use, and then let me just go ahead and drag that in, and then just size that up appropriately. So about there, that's cool, right? And remember, I have to save this. So Control and S to save, and now I can go back to my photo, my design, my mockup, and it's right there, right? How cool is that? And now, because I have everything that I want, I can just go ahead and like turn off the best price, because that's not the kind of post I'm doing. I can also turn off the 50%, etc., right? And then you can go ahead and just change this text to something like graphic design line, or graphic design merch line, because that's what it is, right? And you can just go ahead and drop that down some if you want, or just maybe break the line. Just break the line a bit so it's not both in the same line. Right? I'm just like doing simple type stuff here. Right? How about that? That's pretty cool. If I want, I can change this like to black. Change that text to black, right? And then I can just match the red of the background to the red that's actually on the design, right? So if I were to locate the red in my layers, it's right here. I can just double click on it. It's a rectangle, and I can just go ahead and pick the color, right? Just pick a shade of red from the design that's not as strong as the red that was there before. And I think this is pretty cool. This is much more of a subtle red, not as overpowering. Or I could just go ahead and just like change it to like the gray, like pick from the gray here to just really match that. How cool is that, right? That really looks cool. I really like that. So it gives it a vibe where the photo is just like blending out into the background. I mean, it's not blending out, but you get the point, right? So this is pretty cool. I really like this. So we can keep it like this, or you could have done the red as we just did, right? So I like the red. What do you guys think? I really like the red. Or we can do white. No, well, all the designs won't be visible. Or we can do black. Black is pretty cool. What do you guys think? Or we can do a really dark gray. That's pretty cool as well. But you guys get the point. Let's not waste too much time here. I'm having way too much fun. And you already know how to save and export your artboard to file, right? File, export, export artboard to file, right? All right, let's go ahead and go to the next mockup. So here we have our third and final mockup, right? And then we're locating our image layer, right? See, this group says replace your image here. Pretty straightforward, right? And most mockups normally have the layers and the groups. Every item within that project file is normally labeled properly, right? So you don't have to worry about where do I find this, how do I change that. It's almost always pretty properly labeled, right? So I have my images right here, and as you can see, I have image 1 and image 2. Image 1 is in the background, and image 2 is what we want in the front here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see which one of these gets affected when I turn it off, and then I'm just going to change that one, right? So this is the one I want. And you can also, if there's a shape here in your mockup, you can just go ahead and drag in your image. And what you can do is you can also just go ahead and create a clipping mask instead of like going into the smart object, right? So I can just go ahead and bring my image above the layer that I want to clip it to, and I can go ahead and right click and hit create clipping mask. See that there? How cool is that, right? Let me just size this down. Hold on, let's go full screen, and then let's just size him down and just move him around in the, well, he can't fit in his entirety in this document, but you get the point, right? Let's go ahead and turn off this discount thing here. And then what I'm going to do next is I can just change or duplicate his image and put it in the background. Let me just go ahead and hit Ctrl and J to duplicate that. And that other image here in the background is image 1. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring that up into image 1, right? And then I'm going to size it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to right click and create. Is it because it's above this right here? Well, that's not what we want. We want it above this, right? And I can just go ahead and right click, turn it on, right click and create clipping mask, and you see it there. Or I could have just double click on this, or right click and hit edit contents, and I could have just dragged the image in here, right? So that's how you could have edited that. So whichever method you want to use to get your image in your mockup, you can do it, right? It's all up to you. And what I'm going to do next is just turn off the image for now, or turn off the image group for now and just change this text from promotion to like new, right? New, because I'm promoting that I have new stuff, right? So let me go ahead and just change this to the learn share red, and then let's turn on back the image and see how it looks. The red is a little bit off from the red in the photo, so I'm just going to click on the text, which I have selected right here, and then I'm just going to pick the color over here in my properties tab and just pick from the red in the design, right? And then I'm just going to, let's do every other one, but we first have to change them all, right? So let me go ahead and copy this. I just clicked on the text layer. Well, I hit T for my text tool, click on the text layer, Control and A to select everything, Control and C to copy, and then go on the other one, Control and V to paste. I'm just pasting it everywhere, right? And what I want to do is I want to make every other text layer white. So the first one is going to be red, second one is going to be white, and the one after that is going to be white. So I'm just clicking on the color here over my properties tab. Pretty straightforward, right? What do you guys think? I like that. What I'm going to do is, you see that photo of Travis here? This is Travis, my little cousin brother, by the way. I'm just going to change that image in the background. I'm just going to make it black and white, right? To really give it a pop, so the image in the front can pop more. So this is the image I want. I'm just going to go ahead and hit Control Shift and A for my camera raw options. Or I could have done something much simpler by going down here to my layer options and just like created a hue and saturation layer. Right click, create clipping mask, so it clips only to that photo, and then just come over to my properties tab and just drag the saturation all the way down to black and white. How simple is that, and how cool is this? What do you guys think? I really like this. And maybe I can put somewhere on here, like, you know, my logo or something, but you guys get the point. The mockup is already made for you. I showed you how to edit the mockup, and I show you how to save the mockup. Now all you have to do is post it on your social media pages. So here's my question of the day to you guys. With all that we've done here today, downloading a mockup, editing a mockup, and saving the mockup and getting it ready for posting on social media, how confident are you to start leveling up your social media game if you don't have the time to design something from scratch? Do you think mockups are for you to fit your, does it fit your brand? Let me know in the comments below. And have you ever used a mockup before? I'd love to know that as well. Special thanks to Envato Elements for sponsoring this video once more. And do not forget, they're giving you 70% off a month's subscription. Hit the first link in the description to get much more than just these mockups here today. You can get music, more graphics, videos, everything you can possibly think of to level up your creative projects. You can get that at the first link in this video's description. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Cjam, and I will see you guys in the next video.